What is this? Believe it or not, this massive Pokemon is the perfect time for me to explain how I figure out my pathing for outbreaks in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So by the end of this video, I think you'll have a better understanding of my outbreak pathing, and maybe you can adapt it for yourself. We begin in the lag-filled bamboo area of the map, looking for a shiny Oranguru. Here's my first tip that literally has nothing to do with pathing, but can be helpful. If you're in an area with an outbreak of a Pokemon that has a type that is different than others in the area, making even a level 1 encounter sandwich for that type can make a huge difference. For this Oranguru, I made a smoky sandwich that gave me a psychic level 1 encounter boost. This meant that I saw way more Orangurus than I would have before, even in an outbreak, and it would help me get out of this lag forest even faster. And it actually did. Within the first sandwich, there it was, a shiny Oranguru.
Oh, there it is, yes! Yeah! One sandwich! Oh, we are out of this place. I want out of here so bad.
And thankfully, I could leave and never come back. Now, we're in the swamp area. I made a delicious looking ultra spicy sweet sandwich for a level encounter 2 buff for ground types. And anything from the Wooper line was my target. Here is actually the first pathing tip I can give you. If you can run in a circle that is big enough to despawn and respawn the Pokemon that you are looking for, make sure to do it. It makes it easier to rotate the camera, and while repetitive, you start to get a feel for the zones where the Pokemon will spawn, and there will be continuous spawns. Because the sandwich is not sparkling, if I found anything, it would be full odds. But 14 minutes into the first sandwich I made, I found a full odds Wooper.
Oh, are you kidding? That's a full odds Wooper. That's a full odds Wooper.
So seriously, make a level 2 encounter sandwich, save your Mystica, and run in circles if you can. Now, things are gonna get a little weird. This is Florges, a fairy Pokemon and a really good shiny. Luckily, I had an encounter for it, so I went to go try it out. When I first get to an outbreak, I run around, see where the outbreak Pokemon spawns, how far I have to go to despawn, and now I look to see if making a sandwich would be helpful. In this case, making a sandwich would not be helpful because Floets also spawn here and are much harder to see than Hoppips and the Pommies that occasionally were spawning in the area. So my mindset was to just follow this path back and forth until Florges despawned, and then I would just run back. Simple, right? One problem. Hoppips seemed to spawn so much, which meant fewer Florges spawns and a potentially longer hunt. I would also have to pan the camera back around because Florges would spawn behind me, and then that would make me run into Hoppips because I could not see in front of me. This got me a little frustrated, so when the pathing you choose seems to not be going well, don't be afraid to experiment. I did, and had some fantastic but crazy results. So while experimenting with my path for spawns, I went into the starbase, and when I moved to this spot in the starbase, I only got Florges spawns. But in a way, I have never seen before. The Florges only spawned in 2 spots, and they all spawned right inside of each other. And it wasn't a fluke. If you walk back to the water and then stop by this patch of grass, they would spawn like that every time. I had found my path, and not even 10 minutes after finding this new path, something looked a little off.
Wait. No. Something totally looked off to me when it is in there. It is in there. Oh, no way.
And there it was. Just one purple blue-eyed fairy mixed amongst all the green. I wasn't done though. Like I said, experiment with your paths, even if it's just moving slightly to the right like I did here. This small movement made it so all the Florges only spawned in one spot, and 15 minutes later, I had another shiny Florges.
There it is. That's totally it. It's even more than last time.
So my advice for pathing really comes down to this. Run in circles if you can. If not, experiment by running around and seeing how the spawns react and just how efficient you can get. I said it too late in my last video, but I want to thank everyone for all the recent and continued support. The likes, subs, and comments on my recent content has been incredible, so just thank you. And there will be more to come. If you like this video, then you'll really like this one, where I had an epic day of shiny hunting, which culminated in a shiny level 100 Charizard. And like I always say, here's a random shiny Dragonair reaction.